Hey kids, it's Papa. You ready to explore the Bible? All right. Well, take a look at Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 2. Now, I love this story. King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream. Oh, and it wasn't just a normal dream. I had a dream last night and I told Myra about it, and no big deal. But you know what? This was not a normal dream. And he knew it wasn't a normal dream. He knew that it was important, that it was significant. And he knew that he had all of these wise men, that if he told the dream, they would say, oh, that dream. Oh, that means that you will be a great and a mighty king. And they would tell him all the things that he wanted to hear. But he really wanted to know what this dream was about. And so he called for all of the wise men. Notice verse 2. Then the king commanded all to call all the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king. And I'm sure they were thinking, another opportunity to butter him up and to say some nice things and make him like us a little more. So they were all happy and standing there. Go ahead, king, tell us your dream. And the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. And then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. Notice the king wasn't going to do it the normal way. Verse 5. And the king answered and said unto the Chaldeans, The thing is gone from me. If ye will not make known unto me the dream, with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. Oh, well, you see, now it's different because he not only wants the interpretation of the dream, but he wants them to tell him what the dream was. Now, here's the thing, we don't know whether he honestly couldn't remember or whether he was testing them. And he figured if they can come up with the interpretation of it, they can come up with the dream as well. Okay? So we're not sure which it was. But notice, verse 7. Then answered again and said, Let the king tell the servants a dream, and we will show the interpretation of it. The king answered and said, I know of a certainty that ye would gain the time, because ye see the thing is gone from me. But if ye will not make known unto me the dream, there is but one decree for you, for ye have prepared lying and corrupt words to speak before me, till the time be changed. Therefore, tell me the dream, and I shall know that ye can show me the interpretation thereof. Okay, I know that's good logic. If you can't tell me the dream itself, then you're probably going to just be making up the interpretation. Well, notice verse 10. The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, There is not a man upon the earth that can show the king this matter. Yeah, there's not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Yeah, but there's a God in heaven who can. Therefore, there is no king, lord, or ruler that asks such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. It is a rare thing that the king requireth, and there is none that can show it before the king except the gods whose dwelling is not with flesh. Well, verse 12. For this cause the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. Okay, because they were wise men. Apparently Daniel wasn't among them at that time, but he was still considered one of the wise men. And so they went out and they grabbed Daniel. But notice verse 14. Once again, Daniel doesn't say, Hey, you can't do that to us. Instead, notice, then Daniel answered with counsel and with wisdom to Aronach, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. And he answered and said to Aronach, the king's captain, Why is the decree so hasty from the king? Okay? Notice he asked a question. You see, there are times when we can turn people's wrath away from us by asking a question. Why is it so hasty? Why is it so pressing? Then Aronach made the thing known unto Daniel. Okay? Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah his companions, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows would not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Now, we don't know whether the rest of the wise men had already been killed and perished, or whether they had just been rounded up and waiting to kill them. But what we do know is that Daniel went to the king and said, if you'll just wait, God will give me not only the interpretation of the dream, but the dream itself. And the king apparently said, okay, I'll give you a little time. And so Daniel went back with his friends, and they prayed while he went and took a nap. Now, what do you suppose God is going to do? Well, we'll see I guess on Friday. Yeah, we'll see on Friday what actually happened. Well, hey, what have we learned from this? Well, we have learned that when we get in a bad situation, rather than making accusations, we should ask questions. And sometimes those questions will open, well, openings for us, and will make it possible for us to go ahead and make it through. So, best thing is when we get into a tight spot, don't make accusations. Ask questions. Hey, love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye bye.